The desert is a place of trial. Its sun does not comfort, it scalds. Its winds do not whisper, they strip. It is where the skin cracks, the throat closes, and even the strongest wanderers are brought to their knees. But in the sacred texts of the Bible, it is also the setting of one of the most profound gifts ever described, a miracle not of thunder or fire, but of nourishment. Manna, the food from heaven. According to the book of Exodus, after the Israelites fled Egypt and began their long, harrowing journey through the wilderness, they faced the slow terror of starvation. There was no wheat in the sand.
No vines, no fruit, no promise.
The people cried out, and in the dawn that followed, the desert floor was covered with something unexpected, a fine, flake-like substance, white and delicate, appearing with the dew. They called it manna, and it tasted, as the text says, like wafers made with honey. It wasn't just sustenance. It was deliverance. It was the divine made edible, not in the form of grandeur or spectacle, but in something humble and sweet. A gift that fell with the morning and melted with the sun. And it was this honey-like food that sustained a people for 40 years. Through storms and silence. Through doubt and faith. There's something deeply symbolic in that comparison to honey. Not merely in flavor, but in what honey represents. It is one of the purest, most concentrated forms of energy nature can provide, a dense, easily digested fuel packed into a golden form, ready for immediate use by the body. In survival terms, it is near perfect. A spoonful of honey delivers simple sugars that bypass complex digestion, entering the bloodstream quickly and providing vital energy for muscles, organs, and the brain. It does not require cooking. It does not spoil. It is portable, efficient, and enduring. In this sense, the biblical image of manna being like honey is more than poetic. It is practical. It speaks to what honey truly is, a food of the in-between spaces, ideal for travel, exile, wandering. A food that bridges the gap between hunger and hope. And even in the wild, honey has always been there, tucked away in cliffs or trees, stored by bees with geometric precision and guarded with sting and song. Humans have risked much to gather it, climbing great heights, enduring pain, all for a few golden drops. Because we have always known, instinctively, that it offers something rare, not just taste but life. Not just calories but clarity. In the body's weakest moments, honey is strength in its most concentrated form. The connection between manna and honey deepens when we remember how honey, too, was seen as sacred throughout ancient cultures. In the Promised Land, the Israelites were told they would find a land flowing with milk and honey. Honey was the measure of abundance, the sign that life had moved beyond mere survival into sweetness. It was the taste of arrival, of safety, of home. But before that, in the desert, there was manna, a whisper of that promise, a foretaste of the honey to come. And what a beautiful metaphor that becomes. Honey not just as reward, but as reassurance. As something to carry you forward. Something to believe in when the ground gives nothing, and the sky gives only heat. Even today, honey remains a kind of modern manna. It's used by mountaineers, survivalists, and athletes for its fast-acting energy. It's carried into space by astronauts because of its stability and nutrition. It's used by parents around the world to soothe and restore. Whether in a mother's kitchen or a soldier's rucksack, honey continues to fill that same role, a simple, powerful source of vitality in uncertain places. It's no wonder that honey keeps appearing in sacred texts and ancient stories. Its permanence, its purity, and its sweetness all point towards something higher, something both earthly and divine. Honey doesn't just feed the body. It reassures the soul. It tells us, you will get through this. There is sweetness still to come. So when the Israelites gathered their manna each morning, not hoarding it, but trusting it would return, they were practicing a kind of faith. A belief that even in the harshest wilderness, sustenance would come. And honey, with its history and its properties, continues to echo that faith. It's a promise you can taste. We may not find flakes on the ground in the morning dew, but a spoon of honey, placed on the tongue, can still carry that same spirit, comfort, strength, and a quiet reminder that nourishment can be divine, not because of what it contains, but because of what it means. That even in a world that is sometimes desert, there is still manna, there is still honey, there is still hope.